I want to talk about January book releases and what I'm planning to read this month. Alright, let's just jump right in and get going with the top 5 new releases of January that I personally am most looking forward to. First up is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, and this is coming out on January 6th. This is the sequel to Red Rising, which I'm currently reading. First book of the year, right here, and I'm really liking it so far, so I'm planning to continue the series, which means I will need this book to do so. I haven't read the synopsis for this book because I don't want anything about Red Rising to be spoiled for me, but I will definitely be picking this one up and probably reading it right away because the timing is just perfect that I can go straight from the first book to the second book. And I do love me a good marathon. Even if it's just a 2-book marathon, that still counts as a marathon to me in my head and my heart. Still counts. Next up is The Ghosts of Heaven by Marcus Sedgwick, and this is also coming out on January 6th. From what I get from the description, this is kind of an unusual book. It's a collection of 4 linked stories that are set in all different time periods, from the Paleolithic era to the witch hunts of the 17th century to an insane asylum in the 1920s to a spaceship that is traveling to a new planet. I'm not sure exactly how these stories are connected and like what the overall plot is here, but it still sounds really cool. Also, I just really love this cover. It's just so striking, like, ooh, there's a story there. And as it turns out, there are 4 stories there, and they are linked somehow, and I want to read them! Next up is The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black, and this one is coming out on January 13th. This is a standalone paranormal novel about a girl named Hazel who lives in this town where humans and fae coexist relatively peacefully. Meanwhile, in the forest, probably in the darkest part of it, there is a boy with horns and pointed ears who's been sleeping in this glass coffin for generations. And then Hazel wakes him up, and this throws the fragile balance between humans and fae into chaos. Holly Black is one of my favorite authors. I absolutely loved The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, which was a standalone paranormal about vampires, and it sounds like this is going to be kind of similar to that, except fairies instead of vampires, and it just sounds good, and I want it. I am gonna get it as soon as it comes out. Actually, I've already pre-ordered it, so really as soon as it comes out, it will be mine. Next up is Fairest by Marissa Meyer, and this is coming out on January 27th. This is a companion prequel novel to the Lunar Chronicle series. It focuses on Queen Lavanna and tells her story before the events of Cinder. I'm not quite sure exactly how this book fits into the series yet, like if it is necessary to read or you can skip it, or like where it fits in the optimal reading order, but I am very excited for this book and I am planning to read it the day it comes out. So I will let you know. Also, I just found this out. Apparently this book includes full color art and an excerpt from Winter. So that alone is worth the purchase, at least in my opinion. And finally, I have I Was Here by Gail Forman, which is also coming out on January 27th. This is a contemporary novel, and I believe it's a standalone, which is a little bit different for Gail since she has previously written duologies. It's about a girl named Cody whose best friend Meg commits suicide. And this totally shocks Cody because she never saw it coming. So as Cody starts to look more into the circumstances of Meg's suicide, she learns some surprising things and realizes that there might be more mystery to this than she first thought. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that suicide books aren't really my thing, but I do really enjoy Gail Forman's stories and her writing. I think she's really great at weaving together the sad and happy aspects of life. so I am looking forward to giving this one a try. Okay, those were the top 5 new releases of January that I am most eagerly anticipating. And now I want to talk a little bit about the other books I'm planning to read this month. I'm not choosing a whole lot ahead of time. I'm kind of keeping my options open so I can read what I feel like reading as I feel like reading it. Like, I'm probably gonna read most, if not all, of the new releases I just mentioned. And again, I am currently reading Red Rising by Pierce Brown, so this is also at the top of my pile. Literally at the top. Actually, it's not even in the pile. I'm currently reading it. But aside from that, there are only 2 books that I'm definitely planning to read. The Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for January, and my TBR jar challenge pick for January. So let's talk about the TBR jar challenge first, because that's more fun. Here's my jar! I'm making too much noise with it. So here is my TBR jar, and now I'm going to choose one of the challenges. I'm gonna choose one from the bottom. Yes, this one. I got it, I got it, I got it. It's green! Which ones are green? Ooh! So my first reading challenge of 2015 is to read an author I haven't read before. Read a new to you author. I'm very pleased with this challenge because I have a lot of options. I could actually count the Booksplosion Book of the Month as the book I read for this challenge because that is a new to me author, and what a great segue into the Booksplosion Book of the Month. The Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for January 2015 is Mistborn, The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I told you I was gonna read Brandon Sanderson soon. I meant it. I really meant it. I am so very excited to finally read this book, and I hope that a lot of you guys who maybe have this book in your TBR will consider picking it up and joining us this month for the read-along. I'll go ahead and put all of the read-along info in the description, but our live show is going to be on Saturday, January 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is your read-by date if you want to attend. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this video today. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in a comment down below what you are planning to read this month, and what is your most anticipated release of January. And if you're doing the TBR jar challenge, what challenge did you pull out? Huh? Tell me! I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you have a great night, and I will have another vlog up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye! Goodbye! Guess what I'm drinking? It's tea! Scandal! But I kind of have a sore throat right now, and the tea helps. And I already drank 2 cups of coffee today, so tea. My sleeves are like too big. They're so big. So I could fly away with them. Probably not. I'm not gonna try, but like they're pretty big. Is my hair being cray again? I put so much hairspray on this little spot right here to control that tiny little flyaway that is still flying away. Just fly off my head if you want to leave so badly. By Marcus Sedgwick. Sedgwick? Something like that.